Central Arkansas, Arkansas State. So, Cover 3 podcast really liked Central Arkansas to not only cover this, but maybe win the game. Central Arkansas has a really good quarterback. He's one of the best quarterbacks in FCS. Be right back. Mom sent me a package, wants me to FaceTime. Oh, sounds good, Bailey. In Arkansas State, you never know what you're going to get. But my problem is I don't know much about these teams. So I lean with the Cover 3 experts. I think that's a good take, the plus 9.5 here. I'm going to take a look at how I'm doing tonight and maybe make a play on this. But I'm going to kind of see how my 7 o'clocks are doing. And then maybe we'll get to this one. But I'm going to do no play on the stream for this game. But I could see Central Arkansas State not being a bad play there. Do you like the Bear, who used to be on? He's not bad. He's usually pretty 50-50. I try to find those guys that are winning 6 out of 10. You know, 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10. He's not bad, though. He's like 5 for 5. He kind of like what I did yesterday, 3 and 3. I'm staying away from Bucknell and Navy. All right, let's get into Saturday. Georgia, Clemson, the big one. Looks like money coming in on Clemson. A lot of money coming in on Clemson. I'll tell you what I really like is Georgia minus 10. Or just money line parlay it with somebody. But I still like Georgia plus 12.5 here. I think the first half is going to be low scoring and maybe an underplay. The defenses are going to be good. College football is back, baby. What up, Quana? How we doing? I strongly dislike the new guy. Yeah, Stanford Steve, he's like really hit or miss. He's got good insight. I don't know. I hope he does. He's got to do better this year. Last year he didn't do so well. He finished well. He finished really well. But, yeah, I don't think his season record was very good last year. So fade that guy until you see otherwise. But, yeah, I like Georgia here. I think they're going to be angry. You know, they didn't get to win the Natty last year. I think they're going to be pissed off. Clemson, like, we overvalue them every year, I feel like. There's some years where they deserve it, some they don't. But I think Georgia is going to – I think it's going to be like maybe a 24-10 game, something like that. Maybe a 28-14, something like that. I don't know. It's going to be low scoring. It's always about the finish, right? Right? It's always about that finish. That's what she said. Shiloh Sanders is dirty. He was pretty filthy last night. Just the line, the defense. That's why I faded. I faded him. I went with North Dakota State. Oh my God! Look at this line, chat. Money coming in on the Mountaineers. This was a 9.5. Get in on it now. What happens? If this gets a 7, then I might go Penn State. But Mountaineers. Wow. I would have. I don't know if I like that anymore now. I might look on DraftKings to see if I can get a plus 8.5 still or a plus 9. I doubt it. But wow, a lot of money coming in on the Mountaineers. I like the Mountaineers to cover until I saw this line is updated now. It looks like all the sharps went with the home team. It's a rivalry. I don't know. What do you think? I don't think I'm going to play this anymore. I think the line's too close to what it might be. I still think not a bad pick here. Go half a unit on Mountaineers. Money line. Money line it. Just half a unit. I think that's not a bad play either. If you're going to do anything with this. Staying away from that. Iowa, Illinois State. You know what we do here, chat? It's principle. What do we do with Iowa? Every single game, every single week, we take the under. It's principle. You just do it. You take the under. So Iowa under. I don't know if Illinois State's going to score. Maybe 3? So what are you looking at here? Maybe a 25-3 game? 28-3? I mean, I don't know. There's not going to be very many scoring. Maybe at best 30-7, but you're still under. You're still under, chat. So I think the under looks pretty good there. I don't think Illinois State's going to help out the over at all. Staying away from that. I don't like that either. I like Virginia Tech here. Vanderbilt doesn't really get a crowd at home, so home field, not really a factor. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. I like Virginia Tech here. I think Virginia Tech is going to be decent this year. And Vanderbilt, I mean, we're basing this off of last year, right? In preseason. Vanderbilt's projected last in the SEC. Virginia Tech's projected like 4th, I think, in the ACC. So I think I got to take the Hokies here. That line's pretty much on the money, though, so I'd get that 13.5 now. You're using VT in your dynasty. Nice. Dude, I love the Enter Sandman. I love it. So I get that Virginia Tech in now before the line goes up. Chattanooga, Tennessee. Chattanooga's one of the better FCS teams, but it's Tennessee. Who does Tennessee play next week? Is this a look-ahead spot? They play NC State next week in a neutral site game, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think Tennessee's going to want to show too much, right? I think Chattanooga will definitely score. They'll score maybe a 3 or a 7 for sure. So let's do the math here. Maybe 41-7. That's not enough. I think if this was last year's team, I don't think Tennessee would cover. But this year's team's supposed to be better. I mean, they got really good transfers. Nico for Heisman. Nico's supposed to be really good. I think I lean Tennessee here. That number's pretty good. I mean, Chattanooga's no slouch for that level. I lean Tennessee there, but maybe get a 35. Maybe buy down, pay extra, get a 35. I'm staying away from that. Washington State, Portland State. I don't know what Washington State's going to have this year. I'm staying away from it. Now, a lot of people like Florida against Miami here. I get it. They're at home. It's a swamp. It's a rivalry. But you know what the best play of this game is? If he can do it. Let's see if we can do it. For these type of games, the best plays are the alternate, the winning margin right here. If you can get a Miami or Florida to win by 1 or 13, wouldn't that be what that is? No, that's not what that means. If you can find a thing where it says Miami or Florida wins the game by 1 to 7 points, that is the play for sure. Because it's going to be tight, I feel like. I feel like it's going to be tight. If you can find that. I know DraftKings has them typically. But I don't see it right now. I could just be blind. I'm used to DraftKings, honestly. But if I'm going to pick this game, I'm going with Miami because they got Cam Ward at quarterback now. That's a quarterback upgrade from last year. And they got a running back upgrade. They got the Oregon State running back now, Damian Martinez. That's a major upgrade. So I think Miami is going to be better than last year, and I think Florida is going to be about the same. Give me Miami. Give me Miami. A lot of people probably would be on Florida, but I don't know. I'm feeling Miami on this one. They got a better team. I think that line is too much generated from last year's teams. I like Colorado State to cover against Texas, too. I know you guys probably think I'm crazy, but my reasoning is Texas has Michigan next week. What are they going to show? You know, they're not going to show everything, right? I mean, why would you? Texas is by far the better team. And Colorado State's got a good coach. The former Nevada coach. They gave Colorado everything they could last year, and I think they almost beat Air Force. So they've played close with better competition before, and you give that guy another year to get a roster going. I think they're going to be better. So I see Texas winning by like 28 or 30 here. So I'm going with the Rams. But wait, maybe get a better number. Normally the public on game day will pick more favorites than not. So this line might jump all the way to like 34. Maybe 33.5. So wait, see if you can get a better number there. If you like Colorado State. Stay away from those. Another underdog here. I mean, Kennesaw State's in its first year in FBS. San Antonio is a great program, but week 1, I think they got a lot of new guys. I might do more research on this, but I'd kind of lean Kennesaw State here. A lot of underdogs covered last week and last night, so maybe the train keeps going. That tends to happen week 0 through 2. A lot of underdogs cover. So I kind of lean Kennesaw State here, even though I don't know anybody on the team. But I know San Antonio lost the majority of their studs from their success over the last few years. I like App State and everything, but I'm going to stay away from that game. Same with Air Force. I like Air Force. I don't know how much they returned from last year. I'm going to do more research on that. Because Merrimack can't be that good, right? They can't be. But I love Air Force. Air Force got a great program right now. They had they had a little better injury luck last year, they probably would have found themselves probably a New Year's Six Bowl. I mean, they were right there, but they kind of pooped the bed there a little bit. Akron, Ohio State, I don't know what to do with this one. This line is huge. Ohio State's going to win, obviously, but 48.5 is a lot. It's a huge number. I don't like it. I mean, how bad is Akron? If I was at gunpoint and someone said, "Hey, I need you to pick this game right now," I would take Ohio State here, but boy, I don't like it at all. So I'm gonna probably stay away from it. Stay away from that. Worst game of the day, Eastern Michigan at UMass. I think there will be a grand total of 13 people in the stands for this game. So I think you gotta go under, right? Because there might be nothing but interceptions and deflections and fumbles, right? This is a stinky game. So I think you gotta go under. I like this game right here, and I like the fact that people are putting money on Northwestern. The public is not, they lose more often than not. Now, Northwestern this year is playing in a new area, like right on Lake Michigan. So it's going to be windy as hell. And I think that's why you see this number so low, but you might even still take it because, I mean, do some research, maybe get the winds miles per hour before this game. If it's like 10 mile per hour or above, you might like the under here because it's two good defensive teams. Northwestern's never really been a high-powered offense, and Miami, Ohio was good last year. I like them to cover this. I like them to cover 3.5, maybe a money line sprinkle as well. I'm staying away from UTEP, Nebraska. A lot of people think that Nebraska's looking ahead to next week, so they're taking UTEP, but UTEP might be one of the worst FBS teams this year, just based on what they bring back. So picking Nebraska's not too bad. I mean, maybe get a -21 if you want to parlay it with something, I suppose, an alt parlay. 21 would probably be a better number. That'd be a good number, but I'm staying away from that. Boise State, Georgia Southern. And Boise State projected to win the Mountain West. Georgia Southern projected to get 4th in their own division. Why is the line 12.5? I don't know. And that's kind of scary. It scares me a little bit. Boise State, the only thing that concerns me is they play Oregon next week. So are they going to show that much this week? Are they going to be looking ahead to Oregon? I don't know. But to me, my gut feeling says Boise State wins this game by 14. Go Ducks! But yeah, Boise State is far better than Georgia Southern. I know it's a road game. I don't know why that line's 12.5. That to me looks like a mistake. But maybe the bookies are thinking look ahead spot. I don't know. That seems weird. It seems like it's based off of last year. So I like Boise State here. I'm staying away from that, but honestly, why is South Carolina only favored by 20.5? That seems a little low. Seems kind of odd. I don't know. What's going on there? I would kind of take the Gamecocks here. I might need to do some more research, though. I'm not really sure why that number's so low. You would think Old Dominion, South Carolina, maybe 28. That's weird. I don't know. Who's quarterback in South Carolina, chat? It's not the same dude, right? They had to have gotten somebody new. Let's look it up. Because he went in the draft. Let's see who they got. Lenora Sellers. Is that right? Is that correct? It says Miller. No, that's USC. Yeah, Spencer Rattler was there last year. Anybody know who's quarterback this year? Oh, they got Ryan Helinski there as well. That can't be right. That can't be right. He's old. I don't know. I'm staying away from it, but I think South Carolina would probably be a good play there. UC Davis is good, but I'm staying away from that. I don't like all these. Get me out of this section. Eastern Kentucky, huh? You would think Miss SEC team would be favored by more than that over Eastern Kentucky. Another game I bet on last night was North Carolina. Total under 55 and NC winning. And the under 3 total field goals, there were 5 field goals. Yeah, there was a lot of field goals, unfortunately. Yeah, that game killed me. The overall, anyway. I thought that was easy pick, but yeah, we made it back with the live play. I would lean Mississippi State here. I mean, I know they lost their quarterback, but it's SEC, and they're at home. You saw what the SEC did yesterday to teams like this. Arkansas won 70-0. This must be because Eastern Kentucky's not bad at their level. That's gotta be. How did they do last year? I don't follow FCS as well. I think they were pretty decent. I want to say like 9-3. Let's see, 1-1, 1-2, 2-3, 3-3, 4-3, 5-3, 5-4. They played close with Kentucky last year. 5-5. So they had a 5-5, 5-6 year. Huh. It's still SEC though. I don't know. That's weird to me. Why that line's low. I would kind of lean Mississippi State though, especially at 21. Virginia's hardly favored against Richmond. Didn't they last year have a debacle against Richmond? Almost lost, or they did lose. Psst, I don't like it. You got to think Oregon State. I know their roster is decimated. They got a new coach. But come on, Idaho State. Give me the Beavers. I like Troy. I always have. But I don't know enough about this game. Nevada didn't look too bad last year. They blew a late lead pretty badly. They showed their true colors. But on the road, you got to go all the way to Troy, Alabama. I kind of like Troy here. Give me Troy. Trojans. Alabama, West Kentucky. I think that line is too good, chat. I think that's going to be what it is. Alabama's going to win by 32 or 30. I'm staying away from it because well done by the bookies. Not seeing too many other good stuff. I want to say I heard something about the under in this Ole Miss Furman game. I know Ole Miss typically scores a lot, but how much are they going to show against Furman? For that reason, I'm going to stay away from it. I don't see any other games I like. Okay, Michigan, Fresno State. Now this is going to be an interesting game. Fresno State beat the Big Ten last year. But this is the big house. We don't know what we're going to see with Michigan. I feel like this line is based off of last year. And I don't think Michigan is as good as last year. Fresno State is as good as last year. They are. They're good. I could see Fresno State covering this. I think if this gets to 22 in that range, maybe go Fresno State. But if this gets to like 19 and a half, I think you go Michigan, because I think this line is right on the button. I could see Fresno State playing close, losing by 14 though. I really could. But I'll check the Discord. I might get a different feel for that tomorrow. Well, actually no. I'll be playing baseball games tomorrow. Scratch that. I'll have to get my plays in tonight because I have two baseball games tomorrow in Alabama. I love this one right here. I love this. I like it even better if UCLA was at -14. I would lay 2 units on UCLA. Hawaii looked bad last week. They struggled more or less against a Delaware State team that was 1-9 the previous year. Their only win was against a D3 school. So I like UCLA here. I know UCLA is going to be a little down, but come on. They'll win. They'll win that game. Oregon, Idaho, big spread. Oregon's got Boise State next week, and Idaho's not too bad. Because of that, too many variables. I'm staying away from this, but what I do like is possibly the over. I think Oregon by themselves can put up 45, maybe 52. Idaho maybe scores 1 time. I don't know. Well, maybe I don't like it that much anymore now that I think about it. It really comes down to how much is Oregon going to score. I feel like they're not going to show everything. But they might. Here we go. Probably the biggest game tomorrow. Notre Dame, Texas A&M. I like Texas A&M at home. Got the crowd involved. Week 1. You got new life in the program with the new coach. I think Texas A&M wins this by maybe 7, maybe 6. You could bump this up to 3 if you want. Get a little extra cash. I was reading something about this game too. A lot of people think Southern Miss is going to cover this. And it looks like a lot of money has come in on Southern Miss. Didn't this start at 28? I kind of disappointed myself because I like this at 28. Let's see if we can get anything else here that I like. And then we'll call it. We'll go over to some gaming. Okay, I like New Mexico here. New Mexico didn't look as bad as we thought last week, and they covered for us. That was a lock of the week. Arizona, they're going to win the game, but I feel like they win by 28. So I like New Mexico here to cover again, and I like Wyoming to cover against Arizona State. I think Arizona State's going to be that good this year. Wyoming's always tough. It'll be a close, low-scoring game. LSU, USC, I don't know what to do with this game. I really don't. You know what I like better, though, is the over. Give me the over, 64.5. A lot of points. Nobody plays defense at either of those schools. Give me the over. This game, the line came down a lot. This was a 20-plus spread. Largely overreaction to what Florida State did last week. But Boston College is not Georgia Tech. So I would lean Florida State here to win by 17, but I'm going to refrain. And there we go. That is all it is, chat. I'm going to go be right back. Screen will fire up Speedstorm. Good luck if you're